first 20 years of my life, my brain was wired for one thing: numeric external validation. My entire worth, my entire story compressed into one number: my rank. Then in my 20s, I tried to unlearn that. I accepted my creative side and I started building something from scratch. I have now had this shocking realization that creative work does not have a fixed, reliable external validation, much less in numbers. I've been in a constant state of sleep paralysis with the purpose of my journey. Why am I even doing this without any validation or results? But I'm here to fix that. Because being in that soup of nothingness means I don't know progress from stagnation, from failure, and I need to define better metrics. Because the generic advice online of just keep going, that is not doing it for me. So here's what I'm trying. My current work is telling stories and vlogging my life. I'm putting away the external validators and I'm instead making internal milestones. Ones that don't show up in numbers necessarily, just by nature of being, but ones that still can be made into a scorecard or be written on a sticky note and ticked off if necessary. That little tick mark gives me the dopamine hit. Is it easier than 6 months ago? Am I more coherent with topics and thumbnails than I used to be? Does the work feel easier the way lifting a 5-pound dumbbell now feels easier than maybe years ago? Is at least some of it happening on autopilot? That is progress. And the trick there is, this needs to be celebrated with some sort of a system that gives me a dopamine hit. And that dopamine hit can mean different things for different people. For me, when I finished a video, I like to slam the laptop shut and go on a walk and listen to these grand adventure-like songs and imagine myself in a movie. That's one of the things that gives me that dopamine hit. So I do that. Not to mention writing it on a sticky note and ticking it off and then putting that sticky note in a dustbin or just putting it away. Scratching my to-do list point off, that does the thing. And occasionally, when I publish my video or finish exporting it, I get myself my favorite drink, which these days has been boba. Instead of being in the ideating stage and thinking of possibilities, I am training myself to finish the work and to enjoy that. It's a little weird because I'm my own boss, which has never happened before, and I am my own experiment. So there's a lot of trial and error that I have done, and somehow the simplest positive reinforcement thing that we do with puppies and with teaching dogs tricks is also working on me. I mean, it feels silly at first, yes, but it is so stupidly simple that it just works.
I've realized that as a creative person, what drives us about creativity is the pursuit of knowledge. We want to always keep improving by practicing and by learning new information. So the second thing that I'm doing to be better at surviving this grind is falling in love with the process. I want to fall in love with the work and not the outcome of the work. After 20 years of being conditioned into having validation with numbers, it's really hard to wrap your mind around this concept. In my philosophical quest for how to reframe my way of thinking, I found this book. It's about a butler who talks about finding dignity in his work and trying to fall in love with the work, not the outcome. And it's this old-timey audiobook which has the wired headphones attached to it, which I like to read or listen to while I'm knitting, so it feels like I'm being productive in two things.
So here's the part I'm still struggling with. As effective as these reframes have been, they take time. And my entire 20s have been this constant tension of progress takes time versus we don't have time. Oh, I'm 29 now. Most of this decade is done. And I'm only just opening up to the idea that my life is just beginning. This is a marathon and a lifestyle change. So, mental rewiring doesn't happen in weeks, it takes years. Which brings me to the next question. Am I just supposed to endure this and grit my teeth through this for years while it takes time? Well, no. Getting out of my own head has been the game changer for me here. The only way I have found to reliably do that, especially in my unemployed life where I don't have anywhere to go and no structure from an external source, is to give myself structure by taking care of someone other than me. That is why I am fostering Carl and I am working currently to get him adopted soon. When I am focused on feeding him and making sure he's okay and playing with him so he has his mental enrichment and everything that he needs, I am not spiraling about views or validation. There's no time for that. It feels more trivial than making sure that my foster dog, who's had a tough life, is doing okay. And I am a lot more present with him. So that gives my brain a different kind of dopamine because it's a different kind of purpose, and that has nothing to do with creative output. The book that I was listening to, The Remains of the Day, the main character gives his entire life to being professional and to being the perfect butler. But at the end of it, he's sitting on a pier realizing he never made his own choices. He just followed what someone else said was valuable and that it was too late. I read that and thought, oh my god, I do not want that to be me. I do not want to be sitting around on a park bench wondering where I spent all my time and why I spent most of it waiting for strangers on the internet to tell me my work mattered. Now, I will never be perfect and I will never have it all figured out and I'll never have the ideal way of life. I do still check my views. My brain is not magically fixed. But the thing is, I am trying something different now. And I think neuroplasticity is on my side. I'm pretty sure neuroscientists will back me up on this. So what matters now is that I count what success is for me instead of letting the fickle algorithm decide it. While making these videos, I just had a realization. Whether or not anyone watches my videos is secondary, 100%. But I realized I am making videos that I wish existed on the internet. Because when I feel pointless in this grind, I want to do a Google search or I want to read books on how better to get out of this limbo. And I realize that it's gonna be a limbo. I still want like a Didi to tell me how to do this. And I realized my own videos could be my Didi because I wish something like this existed in the immigrant facing limbo, struggling with work permit situation, or a Desi girl trying to live her 20s to the fullest and looking forward to entering her 30s after trying to start something creative, after being a former engineer. In that space, I'm not perfect. I am just very slowly rewiring my brain to accept that. And so me creating on the precise topics that I keep Googling or that I keep wanting help with is, I think, enough.